right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League for our final matchup of the night, and we have a good one on hand for you guys here as we have Gravity taking on Spartans. I am once again, well, I'm back in the booth. This has been a hot minute for me. I guess I did Player of the Week this past week, but it's been a bit since I've casted, so I'm excited to be back and joined by the man who casted the last matchup. We got Squirrel. Squirrel, welcome back from vacation, and well, welcome back to the booth.
Thank you. It's good to be back casting Saturday Night Rocket League. I really missed it being away because I missed last Saturday, I missed Monday, I missed Wednesday, but it's good to be back today. Feeling refreshed, ready to go. Kind of wish I was playing so that I could get back into some Nemesis games, but nonetheless excited to put some work in.
Yeah, for sure. I know it was excited to be back in my first game. They held me off a little bit. Squirrel. I had the power outage, which canceled one of our streams and didn't let me play the game. So that was fun. But yeah, it's good to be back and from my vacation as well. And should be exciting next week. But we have one more matchup to finish out this week. We have Gravity and we have Spartans. It is a divisional matchup, another one that's flexed from a Monday. And Squirrel, what can you tell us about this one as we're kind of waiting on people to hop in the lobby here?
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's very lopsided. Spartans sitting there with a very, very solid record. If I'm not mistaken, it is 6-1. Gravity sitting there at 1-6. So just complete opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to these division teams. But Spartans rocking the roster of Infant Jude, Shillin, Dank, and 10-piece Nugget taking on Gravity with Larry, Nexity, and Zenith. Hopefully they show up. That is the goal. But if not, I think the result's going to be the same either way, and I think Spartans are going to win.
I would say that's a bold prediction, but considering the records, you may be onto something. But we'll have to see. I did receive word as well that Gravity they are going to be playing with a sub as well. It looks like they're going to be bringing in Make a Wish, who was on the Reapers earlier in the season, 1854 MMR subbing in for Nexity. So we'll have to see. So it should be Larry, Zenith, and Make a Wish here. Once we get everyone joined in. I'm not sure if we've got everyone in here actually because the lobbies are glitched, but I've heard there were some people waiting, so we'll give them a little bit longer here as looks like Spartans are finally joining in. But yeah, it should be an interesting one with Spartans at the top of the division, at the bottom, and Squirrel. We almost saw the upset there in the last one. I was rooting a little bit for diffusion. I don't like to root for teams, but I root for content. We almost had the reverse sweep attempt in the last one there. And maybe we can see a similar sort of upset potential with 6-1 versus 1-6.
Yeah, in the last matchup, Diffusion really surprised me with how well they were hanging in there. It makes me think that anything can happen in these division matchups. So Gravity at 1-6, don't count them out. They have just as much of a chance to take this one as any other team. But Spartans, they are 6-1, but you got to think two of those wins coming from teams that are currently outside of the playoff position, and this might be their third win from a team outside of playoff position, as they are sitting they are the only team that's decent in their division. All the other teams sitting at let's see, 12, 14, and 15 respectively. So not a very good division they're in. So they've been farming some wins, but they are a solid team nonetheless, as they have some other good wins under their belt. But Gravity, maybe this is the point where they turn everything around.
Hey, you never know. There's always those turning points, and you kind of mentioned it. They may be at 1-6, they may be towards the bottom half, but the bottom half of that Titan league, on the edge of that play-in picture. The play-in tournament new to Titan this season. It's been around in the other leagues, but first time in Titan. So Gravity, they still have a shot. That's the one thing I really like about this format, Squirrel, is that even though Gravity they may be 1-6. They can turn it around, and all they got to do is get to that 10th spot, and maybe push into the play-in tournament. Who knows? Who knows what could happen from there? So a lot of potential there for that. But I think we have everyone in here. No one is responding to me when I ask if everyone's in here. The lobbies are broken again. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. The lobbies. They don't like to show us who's spectating. But I think everyone's in here. I don't know. But
You know, they,
regardless.
They didn't respond to you last game either when you said
No,
join up, best of luck. So
no, they just sat there. They just sat there. I was telling them to join up, best of luck. Spammed a little bit in the chat, in the in-game chat, and they still didn't see anything. And then, I had to wait a couple minutes before they finally realized. So looks like gravity is all here. We'll check see if Spartans if they're good. And then we should be able to get things going here for a final match of the night. But I know, Squirrel, you made the prediction. You said that Spartans are going to win, regardless of who is going to be playing for Gravity. You still sticking to that? And if so, what do you think the score is?
I called 3-0 last series and ended up being 3-1. But if you call it again, it's got to be right eventually, right? So I'm gonna go with the 3-0 as my prediction. But I'm gonna be praying for some content. I would love to see some Game 5 action. I would love to see a reverse sweep. But it's gonna be an uphill battle.
Well, hey, you know what? I think it's the gambling mindset there. You hit it enough, you bet it enough, Squirrel, you got to hit at one point. So we'll see if your 3-0 prediction is correct. And it actually appears like we're waiting on one from Spartans here who is loading up into the game. So we better hurry because technically they got only about 2 minutes to get in here. So
That
we'll be seeing if they can hop in here.
Now that would be some content right there.
Forfeit.
The forfeit win on stream would be something, and that's one way to make Spartans mauled and get Gravity to have some momentum.
That's very true. That's very true. We'll have to see. It looks like Manzar flying is good here. I think 10-piece nugget just left though. Is gravity good then? We'll just make sure, confirm one more time, and then we'll get things going because I think one of them left the lobby. So of course, but
Yeah,
regardless, should be getting going here soon.
I think
Um,
I think 10-piece Nugget is the sub, so I think he was leaving because it is a stream game.
okay, well, we'll wait for confirmation from Gravity. I guess I can look to see who's all in their voice channel. Zenith, Make a Wish, and Larry are in there. So that is interesting though. I don't is he actually on their team? I'm trying to look in their chat because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you got to look at Spartans because
Oh, it's Spartans.
yeah,
Spartans. We're looking at Gravity. Okay. Well, Spartans said they were all good. It looks like I don't know.
yep,
I think they're good. I think we just tell them to join on up and pray.
yep, yep. If they're not here, then
Hey, it's been
they
10
they
minutes
for.
past.
I was say if they're not here, they just forfeit, right?
Whoever doesn't join, they're toast.
Yep.
looks like everyone's in, so it looks like they're joining up here. So we should be getting our match going here for our final matchup of the night to the Titan League, the best of the best. The Nemesis has to offer here, going at it. It looks like everybody's in. Looks like everything is getting going here as we get game one of this best of five underway. We have Gravity in the purple with Zenith, Larry, and Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish coming in as a sub that we mentioned. And then Spartans, Man Are Flying, Shylin, and Dank. And we didn't talk too much about the roster, Squirrel. What do you make of these guys as we get into things?
I think Spartans getting to use their full roster here is super clutch. That 10-minute delay kind of helps them out because their starter was able to make it, and Gravity having to use a sub, but getting the first goal, always a positive sign.
And yeah, there they go. I thought Larry's getting the double tap, but I bet you Mans Are Flying did too, as Zenith, former Pinnacle member there, going to put that one in, and that is a good start score. That's what you like to see. I know in the last series when Diffusion, they weren't necessarily like super underdogs, but they were a little bit underdogs, and then, when you're an underdog on stream, you got to start out with the momentum and get the first goal there.
Absolutely, and Make-A-Wish, I said it in one of the preseason things that's my favorite name in Titan League. So I'm hoping that he succeeds and makes a statement here tonight. Larry, I think, is a 2K, so always expecting some great things out of him. And Manzar Flying coming in hot, tying this one up. And I was really worried that he would be coming out cold as he joined late.
Yeah, but he is not, and he's the top player there near 2K for the Spartans there in 1978. So definitely you got to watch out for him and watch out for Larry, who's the other 2K that you mentioned. So Mans Are Flying to get to tie things up here in game number one as we're only a minute in. Is this one set back towards that Zenith, racing back, gonna pre-flip into that save on the goal line. Nice one from him as Gravity getting it back in the Spartan zone. Shylin only as far as Zenith there. Is Larry keeping it in? Dank awkward there, almost throwing in his own net, but it's going to be cleared away to the corner for the time being. Shylin bumped into Larry. Good look to take this guy. What does he have for us? Here he goes off the ceiling. Oh my goodness, can he hit the touch? No, Tank is going to save it. And Squirrel, I was having a flashback to the goal of the season from a couple seasons ago. That one going to the ceiling.
Yeah, that was it was almost identical. It was a great opportunity, but Larry couldn't quite get it done. And while you were looking at that, I was too busy focused on Shillin's car, because what is that monstrosity that he is rocking?
That is something there. You know, I think when you just I don't know, Squirrel. You're just trying to get as many colors as you can on there as vans are flying. Almost put that one home, and yeah, that is in fact a car. And you know, hey, when some people get to the higher ranks, Squirrel, they go for the clean car design, but not Shylin here. He says screw the status quo. I'm gonna throw as many colors as I can.
Hey, I like it. It's not boring. Hopefully, it's effective, and if he can, if he can compete and not be distracted, more power to him. And Rockman, I have a question for you. Is Infant Jude on the roster? Is this Manzar Flying? Is that his name?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just making sure anyone that might have been confused looking at the public player sheet, they are the same person.
Yes, they are the same person, and he was putting an impact in early. Is Gravity trying to a little bit of a comeback here? There's Manzar flying, getting it clear to the side, but Larry trying to send it back in. Dank gonna shut it down for now. This one popped up, and Shylin gonna clear it. It's gonna be left in the middle. Here comes Larry though, sending it off the backboard, just a little bit wide. Manzar flying, gonna make the touch and save that one away. So we're still knotted up at one apiece. Manzar flying, gonna flick it down towards the net. Zenit trying to race back to it. He's gonna make the save as Make-A-Wish a huge clear off that quick touch. And now, a minute 40 left, Squirrel. Both these teams did their scoring quickly early, and now kind of locked in a little bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, it seems like they figured each other out rather quickly. Both goals coming early, and now it's an absolute stalemate as neither team able to get an advantage. But from that touch from Manzar flying, it looks like the advantage is going to go in favor of Gravity, even if it's just momentarily.
Here comes Larry off the backboard. Manzar flying. Gonna find that double tap. As Zenith pops it up. Make-A-Wish trying to read this one off the backboard. Gonna find a touch, but doesn't quite go where he wants it. Now to Larry. Gets a little bit wide as Dank. Out in the midfield to Manzar flying for the shot. With Zenith. Able to save that ball and find the clear. As here he comes again. Send this one downfield. Shylin is there, but he can't make the touch. It's off the post. The shot attempt is not quite quick enough. As Spartans survive there. A rare missed opportunity there, Squirrel, as a missed touch and then a missed opportunity to get the shot.
Yeah, it's not something you see often in Titan League. Usually they're very solid about capitalizing on all of their opportunities, but Psycho mentioned it last game or last cast. He said that the only time you'll get scored on is if you don't capitalize and you make a mistake. But if you don't capitalize on the offense, then it's going to end up being a bad time.
Well, in 10 seconds now, we're tied at 1. Can we see our first overtime here in game 1? We can see a buzzer beater goal. This one shot towards the net. Manzar flying with the clutch save on the goal line. And now he's trying to take it back, but he can't find the touch. And this ball is just going to float. Shylin actually going to keep it up. Could that be the wrong decision, though, as it's in their zone? It's going to touch the ground, and we've got overtime in game 1.
Yeah, I would have been yelling at Shylin if I was in comms right now. Like, just let it drop. Like, get the ball. Let us reset. And we'll see how this reset does as Manzar flying already got control.
Larry blocked out by Shylin. This one's popping up Dank. Sending across the midfield. Zenith trying to get the touch, but he's not quite able to get to it, and Manzar flying is going to end this game for the Spartans.
Yeah, just a solid 50 off the sidewall. Zenith just flying by that one. Not quite able to get the touch as he just came in too hot, too speedy, but not able to get it, and that's gonna seal their fate for game 1. Spartans taking it 2-1, a much closer game than I thought, and that's a good sign for some content, Rocker Man.
It definitely is, and for the first game playing with Make-A-Wish there, obviously he didn't quite didn't quite get the score that he was looking for in that one. But he's down at the bottom of the scoreboard. But hey, with their first game coming in together as a team, showed some good signs, especially with the free agent, and if we'll see if the Spartans can hold on or Gravity can come back. As these two teams never met before, with the Spartans this being their first season. But I know here for Speed, the GM for the War Room, they're trying to get to win squirrel as they are 5-16 all time against Momentum. So they are really riding here on the Spartans and hoping that they can pull something off in game two. And with that game one performance, they definitely have the possibility to.
Yeah, Momentum, an org that has always had some pretty solid teams in the lower league, and their Titan team struggling this season. So this is a great chance for War Room to catch up as they get to play them multiple times this season. And Larry putting in the first goal of this game, just an absolute banger of a shot.
Yeah, nice pass from Zenith, and right over the last defender is Larry, and put that one home. And I think actually the score right before that, it looks like Spartans missed. I think it was an open net there. They just threw it off to the post, which another rare enforced error. And Spartans, they don't appear to be playing at their peak. I mean, they are 6-1. Haven't seen too much of them before, but to be 6-1. You don't really expect that many mistakes. And Gravity, they've done a pretty good job capitalizing and avoiding.
Yeah, 6-1, and I'm pretty sure their only loss was without their full roster. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there, but with their main roster, I don't think they've lost a game. So, just unforced errors like you mentioned, they just should not be happening if you're going to be a top tier Titan team.
It's true, and I don't know if you mentioned this before the cast or during the cast, but I know you mentioned saying that they've only played a couple of teams that were in the playoff contention, and even one of those teams was Pinnacle, who also had their subs. So we're kind of trying to see what this Spartans team is made of here, looking if they can make a statement on stream. But Gravity leading in game two, looking to tie this series up. Is Larry out in the midfield? Shylin gonna send it up high, going for the flip reset, but a touch just comes through, barely in time. It's this one sent out. Make-A-Wish and Larry gonna combine a little bit. Shylin slowing it down for a moment. The demo comes through. Larry pitching it across, but Dank will shut that one down. Now send it back in the zone. Zenith on a stop. Dank gonna send it out. Mans are flying. We're gonna take it back across as these teams just kind of dribbling around here. Dank might be faking out here. Shylin takes the shot, but again, it's not gonna go. And it's almost Squirrel. I know we're only 2 minutes in, but it's looking like a lot like game number one there. Early goal, and then now just kind of offense. Not able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, the only difference is Spartans haven't gotten that early goal of their own. As we saw, it was mostly tied for a basically all of game number one until that goal in overtime. So, Spartans look to get one here. If they don't, then they might start to panic here quickly, as they're not very used to losing a whole lot.
Was that one almost a nice play there from Gravity, looking to extend their lead? So they're hoping to find themselves a tied series. And yeah, that's true. You have to wonder. I was thinking this, Squirrel, and I'm curious to see how it plays out. We mentioned the Whelps a couple of times earlier, but having such a good record at the beginning of the season, there's a lot of pressure to that. To try to stay either undefeated or be at the top of your game, because everybody is hunting for you when you're such a seemingly good team with your record.
Yeah, it's really easy to be a team when you're winning, but when you're facing like adversity, that's when true colors start to come out, and Zenith puts in a second one, and Spartans have their back against the wall right now.
And Make-A-Wish throwing this one hard off the backboard, and Zenith, good speed this time. He was a little bit too quick at the end of the last game, but the speed pays off this time as he finds a second. And Gravity looking with this 2-goal lead here, trying to tie things up and looking for another. It's not going to go. We'll have to see as this comes out. Dank, it could be a one-on-one. Can you take down Zenith? No. Zenith's just too powerful. His mans are flying with a great clear. Able to send it back down. 1.5 minutes remaining in game two. Spartans took game one in overtime. This one's off the backboard. As Zenith is coming through, crossbar down. He puts it home, and it's a 3-0 lead for Gravity. They are starting to look good.
Yeah, Zenith, his second goal of this game on his 2 goals for 4 shots, 50% shooting. Make-A-Wish getting a lot more involved in this game with 2 assists, breaking that well over that 100-point mark in this game, something that he couldn't do in game 1. And, whenever you have a free agent sub, they're always going to be the X factor to look at. And for him to get involved and help Zenith score these goals is huge.
Definitely, and he has some experience in Nemesis. A new player this season, but we mentioned he was on the Reapers earlier, so he can play. He can play here, and like you said, the X factor for sure. With a good performance so far in game 2, see if he can keep it up here. So he's making a shot towards net, forcing Dank to make the save. As Dank bumped off of it, it's out in midfield. Shyland towards the net. But Larry gonna patiently clear that one away. Mans are flying, send it back in. Make-A-Wish towards the net. Dank. He cuts it off, but Spartans, they're really trying to get it out here. As Gravity and put on a bit of sustained pressure. This one out in midfield. Dank looking for the shot there for Larry. A nice save as he picks up a savior medal. His 3rd of the game. This one just off the backboard, but the shot not quite quick enough. This one taking it down. It looks like Gravity is going to be able to hold on here. As Larry looking to get mechanical, but just not enough pace on it. But looks like, unless we see the craziest comeback in Nemesis history, Squirrel, looks like Gravity is going to tie this series up.
Yep, and I'm eating my words again. We're not getting the sweep, and as I thought this one was, I thought this was more like set to be a sweep than last one, with the records, the FA sub, everything working out in favor to call a sweep. But I'm glad Gravity giving us some content, extending the series, and honestly, looking like the better team here as Spartans will get 1 for the road.
Yeah, Gravity, they really, like you said, in this game, they started to look a lot better. As I think this one may have just been own goal there at the end, so maybe a little bit BM there, but Gravity, they take the victory. And you mentioned it, Squirrel. I honestly agree with you. Gravity, they look like the better team in that game. I don't know if the Spartans were, just kind of surprised, caught off guard, knowing, sometimes you can do that, Squirrel. You can overlook a team who's, at a lower record and, kind of put them off, be like, psh, they're not going to do anything. And, sometimes you can get hit in the mouth like this. And now it's up to Spartans to respond.
Yeah, we see it all the time in professional sports where like these really good teams will just get a random loss to a bad team, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the heck?" But it's just like they're all the same rank for a reason. Anyone can win on any given day. It just depends on who shows up ready to play. And in game 2, Gravity showed up, and they were definitely ready to play.
Yeah, they were. And now, as we head to game number 3, what does Gravity have in store for us? Can they keep it rolling, or will the Spartans keep showing us why they are 6-1 on the season, improve to a 7-1 record? We're going to find out as we're into game 3 on Aquadome. Gravity versus Spartans, the final matchup of week number 4 here on Saturday Night Rocket League. As Zenith trying to start it out early, and he will, and that is a way to start it out there. 1-0 early for Gravity.
Yeah, Shillen, not quite the touch he wanted. Gets demoed for his efforts, and Zenith with a nice angle, putting that one between the defender and the wall to hit that one into the goal. Just a great showing, as he's been hot this whole series and continues to be so.
Yeah, he is putting on a show there, and he's looking like the man. I know we have Larry the 2K, but a lot of times, Squirrel, there is a lot of pressure on the 2Ks, but you mentioned the free agent sub being an X factor, and maybe Zenith kind of being the X factor here in this one. When you got 2Ks battling out, it's a lot about those those other guys that have to step up and make an effort.
Yeah, whenever you build a 2K, put a 2K on your roster, you're really, wow, what a play. I'll finish that thought later, as this was just an impressive air dribble and good communication, getting the demo in goal, opening that one up to tie it up. Just a great teamwork there.
Oh my goodness, that was nasty. That was nasty right there from Manzar flying. As he pulls out the demo play there, and Shyland dribbled it home, and that's another way to start yourself some momentum there, especially when it seemed like it was going all Gravity's way. Able to get a demo goal, but this one coming right back off the backboard. Dank can't make the touch, but Gravity not respecting the miss there. And Shyland for the shot, Make-A-Wish just enough to get it. As Larry tries to clear it out. Zenith off to the side here, Mans are flying. Sending it in off the backboard. A nice little pass. Shylan is there, but Zenith, he shuts it down and already scroll. We're barely even a minute in, and Zenith, he has a savior medal.
Yeah, Zenith is popping off, and what I was mentioning earlier was whenever you put a 2K like Larry on the roster, you're gonna want to just pray that the supporting cast around him can keep up, and Zenith not just keeping up, but honestly having such a great showing that I'm surprised that he's not one of the 2K players in Titan League.
It's very true, as like you said, just a performance here. So we're tied at 1 apiece. This one popped up. Dank sent it down. Make-A-Wish got to be careful here. He can't get the touches. He's trying to avoid a demo, and this one finds the back of the net.
Yeah, capitalizing on that double commit. Make-A-Wish not able to get it, like you said, he did have to avoid that demo. And Dank, if I'm not mistaken, this is his first season in Titan League, coming from Rival League, and he is having an absolute great showing so far with the Spartans roster.
You may be right on that. He may have played last season. I could be wrong though, but he's definitely relatively new to Titan League, and like I said, a good showing here on this one. This one sent across in the midfield. Zenith out of the midfield. Demo from Dank. His mans are flying to come in, and another bump comes through. The bumps of the demos, and maybe this is part of their strategy, Squirrel.
Yeah, they heard us say that Gravity looked like the better team, so they definitely wanted to prove that was wrong by just absolutely bullying them in net, not allowing them to make these saves, not allowing them the opportunity to even touch the ball, as they were just getting wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I will say, Squirrel, if you're not on the map, you're not making the saves. So that is a strategy, and I'm a man that knows and loves demos and bumps myself. As love to see Gravity now. They're gonna be the ones trying to respond as a pinch attempt comes through, but not gonna find the net. As here comes Zenith up quickly. He had to put a shot on, but not quite able to find the back of the net. So here comes Manzar flying. Larry, he's on the touch, send it towards the net, and Make-A-Wish trying to get a bump of his own. But Dank just enough to get that one away. It's now 2 minutes remaining here, and finally, Squirrel, we're having a little bit of a different game here with Spartans up 3, as here comes Gravity. Oh, a little bit of a double commit. Couldn't quite throw that one on net.
Yeah, I've seen a few double commits out of Gravity, but the thing that I really want to point out is Make-A-Wish sitting at 44 points. We saw him sub 100 points in their first loss. He's sub 100 points right now. So Larry dribbles one in, but I think Make-A-Wish needs to step it up if they're going to want to win this series.
Definitely so, as you see this ball just fly into the back of the net from Larry. A nice little play as he puts it home, and Gravity now with an opportunity here in this crucial game number 3, as they might have another one here. Here comes Make-A-Wish, but it's just off. He had to try to get it around the defender, but couldn't quite find the back of the net. As Dank on the flip reset. Larry popping this one up. Manzar flying is there first. He's blocked. This one pops up high. Here comes Dank. Trying to make something happen here, but it's stuck in the midfield. This one shot towards the net. Manzar flying just enough, able to get that pre-flip save back towards net. And we're down to a minute remaining here. The Spartans have 3 goals here, Squirrel, but does Gravity have something here? As here comes Larry looking for the redirect. Or backboard read there, but couldn't quite find it. And I'm curious, Squirrel, does Gravity have what it takes here to find one more?
Definitely have the ability to, but it's all going to depend on whether or not Spartans allow it to happen, as they are playing good on both sides of the ball, and they've really kind of suffocated Gravity in this game, not giving them as many opportunities, making their defensive stays really awkward as Zenith forced to make a save. And with 25 seconds left, I'm sitting in the house right now.
You really have to here as the seconds are ticking away. They need a goal to tie us up and send us to overtime. The time ticking down. Shylan with a nice touch to keep away from Larry. It's Make-A-Wish trying to get it out, but it's denied. So a little bit of a pinch attempt comes through. Manzar flying. He's taking it the other way. He is actually bringing it back into his own zone. That is dangerous. The ball's out of the midfield. Oh my goodness. It's off the ceiling. Can they find a follow? Touch doesn't come through. Make-A-Wish off the wall. And this ball is going to go down. And oh my goodness, they almost just threw that game away there.
To me, Manzar flying had complete control of that ball. There was no reason to jump up to try to help him, and that almost got really bad. But it didn't. They ended it. They got the ball to touch the ground. Spartans take a 2-1 lead, but it was not without a little bit of heartache.
Yeah, that one, that gets you up there. The blood boiling there. Well, maybe not boiling, but blood pressure going up a little bit is that one a little bit sketchy, but they hold on. That's the most important part. Spartans hold on, take a 2-1 lead in that crucial game, and now we're looking at game number 4, Squirrel, where Gravity, they had a good response in game 2, but what do you think they have in store for game number 4?
I think it might be a coin flip at this point. Like, they've traded games so far. This would be their time to win it and push it to a game 5. So they can do it. They showed a lot of life in that last game. It's just if the 50s go their way, they'll get it, and if they can just avoid a few of these demos, I think they'll be fine.
All right, well, we will have to see if they can do just that, and I can see if a game 5, it would be great to see one of the nights. This one sent back towards the middle with Make-A-Wish, just not on target. Is now Spartans weren't quite ready in the back there. But it doesn't matter. Is Larry, he might be looking for a bump. He's trying to take out Shiloh. Actually, just trying to hit it in. Oh my goodness, he puts it in. I thought he was going for the bump, but he had different ideas.
When he went up the wall, I was like, what are you doing? And that is what he is doing, is he jumps off the wall, saves his flip, the ball coming at the perfect height, and he's just there to put it in. That is one of the crazier passing plays that I've ever seen.
That was insane there. I mean, how often do you see something like that where you pass it literally point blank on the backboard? That ball was almost touching the backboard, and Larry's able to find it in. That is again another great way to start it out in this one for Gravity. But can they keep it going, and can they force a game 5? That's what we're all looking for, and well, maybe not all of us, but some of us are hoping for. Is this one sent back out? Dank blocking across the midfield. Dangerous ball here. Shilan towards the net. It's going to go in, and he is going to tie us up here in game 4.
Yeah, just a good touch there by Dank, sending it to the middle. Larry not able to get the touch as Shilan puts it on net to tie this one up. And, it seems like Gravity works so hard for their goals, but Spartans just, find a way to capitalize and counter back. And it's like, it seems like they're not working as hard for theirs as Gravity is for theirs.
So that's a great point, and that's something to consider here, especially when you're looking at how a series is going. Who's working hard for their goals, and that can play a toll on you as the series goes on. The harder you have to work, the more effort there, and maybe harder to get some more goals in the future. And right now, Spartans' goals, they've been easy. Gravity, they've had some tough ones, but this one is a nice shot from Larry. He has got 2 shots, and he has got 2 goals, and he's got Gravity the lead.
Yeah, Larry, a great touch, and just absolutely dusting Dank, who was last man back going up for that one. I guess he thought Shillen had rotated quicker, but not quite, as Dank just gets absolutely beat on that one.
3:26 remaining. We've seen these type of stories before, and Spartans, have shown to battle back here. See if they've got it in him again, as this one's popped up to Shilan towards the backboard, looking for a dunk, but Make-A-Wish, good backboard presence there. This one to the corner, Zenith. Gonna get it by 1, but no boost to work with there. Some hands are flying. He's by 1. Dangerous Make-A-Wish just in time to get that one, as Shilan is up. Barely able to clear it away as Make-A-Wish finds a demo, and he's hunting for another one. Mans are flying and gonna get it, and here we see it again score. We saw Spartans last game getting those demos, and now Gravity, they're saying, hey, that worked for you guys. Maybe it can work for us.
Hey, it's a great strategy. Anytime you can give yourself a numbers advantage in really any video game, you should. And for them to be seeking out those demos to counteract the aggression from the Spartans, I think it's the right move.
Definitely so, and it worked there, and we'll have to see if they can find another one on the board here. It's 2-1 in game number 4. Gravity looking to force a game 5 as 2 Spartans are committed in this one. Make-A-Wish takes it back. Shilan diving in, Make-A-Wish over the top of him. Make a Wish on it again, trying to pop it up, but a missed touch comes through, but a demo from Manzar Flying is going to save the pressure. Because Dank, he can't find that touch. Larry, he's hunting down Manzar Flying. There's another demo comes through, and they're really putting it on him here. As we have 2 minutes remaining, the Spartans looking to end this series here. This is cleared away. Shiloh off the sidewall. Manzar Flying, looking for a back pass maybe, but this one dangerous. Set it out to Larry, who finds the redirect, but it's off the post again. Another touch comes through, but it's not meant to be. And the time a little bit taken, still well in reach here, Squirrel, but 1:30, and Spartans, they're still looking for another one here. They got 6 shots. They're actually leading the shot department.
Yeah, they are leading the shot department, but I think Gravity has just had the better quality shots, as that one coming out from Manzar Flying. And, a minute left to play. Spartans still have plenty of opportunities left in this one, especially if Gravity's going to keep double committing like that.
Here's a passing play to Dank off the backboard. Shiloh is there. Another double commit from Gravity. Manzar Flying off the backboard. Zenit, he's going to take it by 1. He's trying to get it up the wall. Manzar Flying, trying to get him from behind there, but this one pops out in the midfield. It's cleared away. Shiloh up off the backboard. No boost to work with. A miss comes through as, oh my goodness, Zenit hits it off of Larry's car. But able to find another touch as they block it up. Gravity looking to get another one of their lead. Larry is up looking for Shiloh. They can't find it. It's down to the final 30 seconds. Make-A-Wish is up. Find a nice touch. Spartans still looking for one here as a huge bump comes through. Dank trying to get it across. It's off the wall there. Could be a shot here for Shiloh. Towards the net, but Make-A-Wish can't get it, and Shiloh ties us up with 19 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Larry throwing this one right off the side wall. Shillin ready for that bounce, and Make-A-Wish just not in the right spot in the goal to make that save, as Shiloh gonna tie this one up 2-2, and we might even see another OT.
See another OT, and so close there for Gravity. Can they recover? Larry trying to get it by, but Dank, he shuts it down. Here comes Zenit off the ceiling, out in the midfield. Shiloh is there. This one sent across to Make-A-Wish off the backboard. Dank can't connect, but a little bit too close. Here is Zenit towards the net again. Can they keep it up in the zone? Zenith popping it. Here comes Larry towards the net. Here comes Zenith off the backboard. And this one is going to touch it. We've got another overtime on tap here.
Yeah, when you're a top team like Spartans and you've got another overtime and just so many close games against a bottom team like Gravity, I start to understand a little more why the power rankers have been placing Spartans where they are, just because this is not a very convincing win.
Yeah, it may not even be a win. They are leading the series right now, but Gravity still has them in the potential to go to a game 5 here. So Larry can't make the touch. Here comes Zenith off the backboard of Shiloh is there, looking for another touch. Just able to get it out. Manzar Flying is there. This one sent a little bit wide. Dank on this one. He's trying to dribble. This one shot toward that. Manzar Flying, picking up a savior medal, but able to clear it away as Larry and Shiloh combined. But Make-A-Wish getting a little bit too close there, as this ball could be deadly, but it's going to be pinched back as we cross a minute here into overtime. Manzar Flying on the backboard, looking to take it slow, going to get it by 1. As here comes Zenith for a demo. Shiloh going to clear it out. Got to be careful on the back here as he finds another touch. Larry going to take it across. He's going for the musty, looking for a double there. He's going to find a touch, but here comes Dank with a touch of his own. This one's sent back out. But still in the gravity zone, a huge demo comes out. A pop, and this could do it. There it is. The game winner. Dank puts it home, and Spartans win.
Yeah, Larry, not a great touch. Make-A-Wish diving on that through the smoke screen, but the ball just popped out into the midfield. Dank hits those all day long. Spartans with the 3-1. Not the 3-0 like I thought it was going to be, but also each individual game not as convincing as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it really wasn't as convincing. And scroll for a second there, I thought for sure. I mean, 19 seconds left. I was just getting flashbacks of the last series where Diffusion almost brought it back to a game 5, and Gravity, they almost brought it to a game 5 themselves. I mean, 19 seconds away, but Spartans just a little bit too much to handle there, and they pull it off there, but it wasn't without its its tense moments.
Yeah, it was definitely a much more intense series than I thought it was gonna be. We didn't get any content tonight like I was hoping for, but, you know, uh, whenever I set my expectations one way and both series have just broken those expectations, I'm happy with it. I know Gravity not very happy with the results, but a lot of positives. And I think with Larry and Zenith, if you can build around those two, give them a solid third, uh, there's no telling how good they could be.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, with seeing that performance, I don't know if it was, Spartans not playing well or Gravity playing really well, whatever it may be, but you have to wonder with, Nexity who didn't make it for Gravity and having used Make-A-Wish as the sub, you have to wonder if, maybe with the Gravity now going down to 1-7, if a roster move is in order, maybe picking up Make-A-Wish there, who, honestly, Squirrel, he had a couple of, suspect moments, but when you're just thrown into a series here at the very end, what else can you really expect? And you wonder, maybe Make a Wish could be making his return onto a team here. Not to throw anything against Nexity. I don't know really much about Nexity, but with their potential, it could be something to look for.
Yeah, they definitely look solid. And, I was looking at the free agent list in preparation of this game. I saw Zayo was on the free agent list, and he would fit in place of Nexity. And I know Zayo has been in the league before. He's, proven as a Titan League player. So Gravity has a lot of options. Nexity, you know, if Nexity's better than Make a Wish, then that series would have been a completely different outcome. But Gravity looked good. Spartans, with their full roster, looked a little bit better though, as they do get the 3-1 win.
Yeah, congratulations, Spartans. That is their seventh win in a row. Unfortunately, Gravity, that is their sixth loss in a row. So quite the tables there as Spartans take home the victory. So congratulations to them. But that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Again, a couple of shout outs again. I know Psycho shouted about last time, but thank you, Music, and thank you, Nixoy, for the resubs to the channel. We appreciate it. But that is gonna wrap it up for us tonight. We had two great matchups, and we will be back on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern with some more action as the season now, Squirrel, we're approaching that halfway point. So things are going to start to ramp up. All-star voting and all-star game is not too far around the corner. So lots to look forward to as we approach the midway point.
Yeah, always looking forward to the All Stars part of the season because that's when you get to see the best of the best from each league compete on teams that normally wouldn't be possible due to MMR caps and restrictions. And hopefully, this is the season that Rockerman doesn't get an All Star vote.
Oh, oh,
Someone's got to
yeah,
break it.
yeah.
As I'm sad that I'm going to miss out on it this season as well, being non-playing. But all these players, especially the ones on stream, they get exposure, helps them out in the votes. So even though Gravity isn't doing so hot, maybe Larry gets an All-Star vote, or maybe Zenith because of his performance today. So y'all stick around. Look out for some announcements, especially when the voting opens up, because we'd love to have your votes and who you would like to see play on stream for our All Star Week.
Definitely stay tuned. That is actually only 11 days from now on June 29th. So stay tuned for that. Coming up in a little bit will be the All Star voting, and then yeah, All Star week, pretty much the week of the 4th there, July 4th, leading up to that Saturday night there for All Star night on July 9th. So it's coming up around the corner. We're also, like I said, getting that midway point where things are starting to get set. Things are starting to get set in those standings. We're seeing who's in, who's out, who's going to be pushing for that play-in tournament, who's going to be staving off elimination here coming up soon. So lots to look forward to. We'll be back on Monday with some more Nemesis action. We thank you guys for watching here, and have a great night, everyone.